What were some pivotal lessons you learned early in your career, and what advice do you have for young investors who are looking to develop their investment philosophy? Thank you.
Well, those are good questions. I wish I thought of them myself earlier in my life. Who you associate with is just enormously important, and don't expect that you'll make every decision right on that. I mean, but you are going to you're going to have your life progress in the general direction of the people that you work with, that you admire, that become your friends. I mentioned a few fellows that have died in the last couple of years. Well, all of those people were people that if we were working together on something 1/10,000th the size of Berkshire, I mean, they'd be the kind of people you choose. They're people that make you want to be better than you are, and you want to hang out with people that are better than you are and that you feel are better than you are, because you're going to go in the direction of the people that you associate with, and that's something you learn, and of course you learn it late in life. It's hard to really appreciate how important some of those factors are until you get much older. But when you've got people around you like Tom Murphy and just name him, Sandy Gottesman, Walter Scott, you're just going to live a better life than you do if you just go out and look at somebody that's making a lot of money and decide you're going to try and copy him or something of the sort. So I'd try to be associated with smart people too, where I could learn a lot from them. And I would try to look for something that I would do if I didn't need the money. I mean, what you're really looking for in life is something where you've got a job that you'd hold if you didn't need the money. And I've had that, and Charlie had it for a very, very long time. In fact, all the fellows I named had it. And they also, every one of those ones I named, they always did more than their share. And they never sought more than their share of the credit. They just behaved as the way you'd like anybody you work with. And when you find them, you treasure them. And when you don't find them, you still keep doing whatever causes you to eat or enables you to eat. But you don't give up on looking around, and you'll find people do wonderful things for you. I mentioned earlier going down to Geico and knocking on the door when the door was locked. I mean, who knows what was behind that door? Like, went in, but in 10 minutes I found that I had a man that was going to be just wonderfully helpful to me. And of course, if somebody's going to be helpful to you, you want to try to figure out ways to be helpful to them. So you get a compounding of good intentions and good behavior. And unfortunately, you can get the reverse of that in life too. And with a lot of, I was lucky in having a good environment for living that kind of a life, and other people, have a whole different environmental situation. They have to overcome it. But don't feel guilty about your good luck if you live in the United States, there are 8 billion people in the world, and there's 330 million in the United States. You've already won the game to a great degree, and then just keep making the most of it. But you don't want to associate with people or enterprises that ask you to do something or tell you to do something that you shouldn't be doing. And that's one of the problems. I mean, different professions select for different types of people. And it's interesting to me that in the investment business, so many people get out of it after they've made a pile of money that you really want something that you'll stick around for. You know, whether you need the money. Greg doesn't need the money. Ajit doesn't need the money remotely. But they enjoy what they do, and they're so damn good at it. It just, well, I've had the advantage of seeing how that works over time. The best manager I ever knew, and there's a lot of contention for who that would be, but actually was Tom Murphy Sr., who lived to almost 98. And I've never seen anybody that could get the potential out of other people more than Murph could. I mean, if you wanted to become a better person, you wanted to work for Tom Murphy. And there are all kinds of successful people that really don't have that sort of, don't bring that to the party. And I'm not saying that's the only way to succeed, but I think it's the most pleasant way to succeed for sure. And I think that the Berkshire experience is pretty dramatic. I mean, to operate with Sandy Gottesman from 1963 until he died a couple of years ago, and Walter Scott for 30 years, and Craig operated with him for 25 years or so.
Right. Yeah, 30.
Yeah, and you really can't miss it. You'll learn all the time, but you'll not only learn how to be successful in business, you'll learn how to be successful in life. And so that's my recommendation. And for some reason, apparently you live longer too, because it's pretty amazing. I mean, these people I'm talking about, including myself, I like to attribute it to this and a few other things, but I think a happy person lives longer than somebody that's doing some things that they don't really admire that much in life. Okay.